Imagine standing before a creature carved from stone, older than the pyramids, its gaze locked on the horizon for over 4,500 years. The Great Sphinx of Giza looms over the desert, a lion's body, a king's face, a silent guardian of Egypt's past. But beneath its massive paws, some whisper of a secret room, a chamber lost to time that could rewrite everything we know. Is it real? Welcome to Tales of Civilizations, where I'll take you back to ancient Egypt to uncover one of its most tantalizing mysteries. What lies beneath the Sphinx? This is a tale of pharaohs, explorers, and shadows that refuse to fade. Let's step into the sands and begin. Our journey starts in the Golden Age of Egypt, around 2500 BC. The Nile Valley is alive with power and purpose, a civilization at its peak, ruled by pharaohs who see themselves as gods among men. On the Giza Plateau, the pyramids rise under Khufu's command, their limestone casings gleaming like beacons in the sun. But beside them stands something different, the Sphinx, a monument unlike any other. Carved from a single slab of limestone, it stretches 73 meters long and 20 meters high, its lion's body symbolizing strength, its human face a mirror of royal might. Who built it? Most historians point to Khafra, Khufu's son, a pharaoh who ruled around 2520 BC. They say he ordered the Sphinx as a guardian for his pyramid, a protector to watch over his soul in the afterlife. To the Egyptians, it wasn't just stone, it was alive, tied to the sun, god Ra, its presence a bridge between the mortal world and the divine. The priests of Heliopolis, a nearby holy city, saw it as Horus of the horizon, a deity rooted in the earth yet reaching for the stars. But even in those ancient days, tales swirled among the workers and scribes, whispers that the Sphinx held more than its surface showed. Beneath its paws, they said, lay hidden chambers, repositories of secrets meant to stay buried with the pharaohs. For centuries, those tales were just echoes in the wind, lost as Egypt's glory dimmed and invaders swept through. Now let's leap forward thousands of years. The pharaohs are gone, their temples swallowed by sand, but the Sphinx endures. Its face weathered by time, its body scarred by storms, yet still gazing east as if waiting. By the 19th century, European explorers arrive, their eyes wide with wonder and greed. Napoleon's men sketch it in 1798, marveling at its size, but it's not until the 20th century that the real hunt begins. In 1936, a French archaeologist named Émile Barras takes up the challenge. Armed with shovels and a grant from the Egyptian government, he sets out to clear centuries of sand from the Sphinx's base. Day after day, his team digs, the desert fighting back with every gust, until they reveal the monument in full, its lion paws stretched out, its chest towering above them. But then, between those paws, they find something unexpected. A shaft, a narrow passage plunging into the dark. Barras sends workers down with lanterns, their flickering light casting shadows on the walls. They discover a small chamber, rough-hewn and empty, but the trail stops cold. Funding dries up, or so the story goes, and Barras abandons the dig, leaving behind more questions than answers. Decades pass, and the Sphinx's silence grows louder. Then, in the 1980s and 90s, modern science steps in. Teams armed with ground-penetrating radar and seismic scanners probe the ground beneath. Dr. Zahi Hawass, Egypt's fiery antiquities chief, oversees some of these efforts, and they find anomalies, hollow spaces, voids under the paws and near the Sphinx's rump. One scan suggests a chamber 25 feet down, big enough to hold treasures or tablets from a forgotten age. Another team in 1998 uncovers a tiny tunnel near the ear. Too narrow for a man, but a tease of what might lie beyond. The world buzzes with excitement. Could this be it, the secret room of legend? But here's where the sands grow murky, and the mystery thickens like a desert fog. Are those chambers real, or just tricks of the stone? The evidence is a tangle of hope and doubt. Ancient texts fuel the fire. The inventory stela found at Giza hints at a repository beneath the Sphinx built by a people older than the pharaohs, maybe even survivors of a lost world. Greek historian Herodotus, writing in 450 BC, heard tales of underground passages at Giza, though he never saw them. Fast forward to the 20th century, and a mystic named Edgar Cayce, a man who claimed visions of the past, insists the Sphinx guards the Hall of Records, a library from Atlantis, sealed until humanity proves worthy. His followers fund digs in the 1970s, but find nothing, or so they say. Scientists, meanwhile, have their own take. Geologist Robert Schoch argues the Sphinx's erosion points to rain from 7000 BC, far older than Khafra's time, suggesting it predates Egypt as we know it, and maybe those chambers do too. Seismic data backs him up. Voids appear, irregular and deep, not just natural caves in the limestone. But the Egyptian authorities push back hard. Hawass calls it nonsense. He's drilled, scanned, and excavated, finding no grand rooms, just cracks and shadows. Since the 1990s, they've banned major digs near the Sphinx, citing preservation, though some mutter it's a cover-up, a refusal to face what might be down there. Rumors swirl. A golden capstone lost to thieves, carvings of stars no one's seen, or knowledge too dangerous to reveal. In 2011, a robot probe slips into a shaft beneath the paws. It finds a dead end, but the footage is grainy, the answers fleeting. The Sphinx keeps its lips sealed, its weathered eyes mocking our machines and guesses. What's really beneath those paws? A tomb, a treasure, or a truth we're not ready to uncover? So here we stand, at the foot of the Great Sphinx, a monument that's watched history unfold for millennia, its secrets locked in stone and silence. This is a tale of creation and curiosity, of a guardian carved by ancient hands and hunted by modern dreamers. But it's also a puzzle that refuses to solve itself, a whisper from the past that keeps us guessing. Are there chambers down there waiting to spill their stories? Or is it all myth, a mirage in the desert heat? That's for you to wrestle with. If you're as gripped by these ancient riddles as I am, hit that subscribe button and join me on Tales of Civilizations for more journeys into the unknown. What do you think? Is there a secret room beneath the Sphinx, or just sand and shadows? Drop your thoughts in the comments and I'll see you in the next tale.